Sandro, and I'm a senior here at Swarthmore. I'm the facilitator of the Clothesline project this year. Basically, the Clothesline project is to make the Swarthmore community aware of the sexual violence that happens to the people within this community. And it's also a form of visual, it's a form of artwork for the students to express themselves anonymously, to show that they are survivors of sexual assault or domestic violence, and also to just bring awareness to their issues and to their struggles as survivors. So it's really a way of healing, and it's also a way for the Swarthmore community to heal itself. In the years since, I think since 3 years ago or 4 years ago, the Clothesline project has really become like a bigger deal on campus. I think it was good that the Spark team, sort of took over the Clothesline in different ways, because now we have, set funding for the group, so we can get shirts and we can get materials and supplies. But it's also, a way for the community has also gotten a lot more involved. I don't think that there was nearly as much. I don't think the Daily Gazette or the Phoenix really got as involved as they are, this year or as they were last year as well.
I think this project is powerful because it raises awareness in the community, and I think that's why it's important to me. It seems like each step of the way is valuable. When we decorate the t-shirts, it's very cathartic. People come together, and I think it shows that Swarthmore is not immune to this, and that it happens everywhere, and that it's important, and makes it even more valuable that we are involved and we watch the political decisions that reflect the survivors of abuse and help to prevent this sort of violence from happening.
I feel like this project is a very important reminder to our campus community. I think oftentimes people come to think that Swarthmore is sort of a safe haven or a utopia that's free from all these larger issues in the world, when it's really not. And that issues of sexual assault, sexual violence, rape, harassment are issues that affect members of the Swarthmore community on a very real and daily basis. Because it's a very emotional time for a lot of people. This reminder is often a painful one, but I think the awareness it brings to the campus community is very important.
I'd probably have to say very similar things as Miriam, but I think personally, when I first encountered it as a freshman, I looked at the t-shirts, and they definitely evoked emotion in me. But after my sophomore year, when I actually had the experience and been on the other end of it, the Clothesline project takes on a lot more personal meaning for me, just because as someone who is a survivor, it definitely gives you a sense of that you're not alone in this, and that it doesn't just happen to you, and there is a community of people that is willing to support you and be there for you. So I think bringing that to a campus that, like Miriam said, sometimes we can pretend that things don't happen, and it's easy to really see it, get lost in statistics or experience it peripherally. But when you see its like physical presence on campus, I think it's a way of putting it in your face, and you can't ignore it. And I think that's really important for moving this particular issue forward. I think overall, I've been amazed at how positively it's particularly received this year. Actually, in anticipation of CLP, I posted a Facebook status, a very personal one, about my own experience and about its connection to CLP, and I've received so much positive feedback from my friends, classmates, people I actually don't even speak to on a regular basis, and people just that kind of know me from class or things like that, that really, I think, do value survivor stories and people expressing like their views on things. And I think, and particularly in light of the conversations we've had, I think it's comforting to see that these issues are being taken seriously by the student body.
Like Paloma said, that oftentimes it's just the same people going to all of these events as people who sort of already know these issues on a personal level or have already been exposed to them, when really the people we need to be targeting are the people who wouldn't just think of going to these events on their own.
I think also having the administration participate in a more meaningful way in the discussion, because I know some of the issues been raised by students about how even cases have been handled on this campus I think the administration also isn't aware of the lack of discontent and, I guess, the hurt that they've also, unintentionally, I think, participated in. But I think it's a discussion that we haven't had a chance to have, and I hope to see that happen in the future.
So that I do hope that people can see that there are survivors of sexual assault on this campus, and even if there are no faces attached to the shirts, there are people who are going through this process of healing themselves, And I think it's important for the Swarthmore community to recognize that and to be able to support those students and the faculty and staff who are also survivors.